Hey everyone, Marko here, the Bob Ross of Dune Awakening. Grab your still suit and your favorite spiced latte because today we're talking about 5 mistakes that new players make in Dune Awakening, and more importantly, how to avoid them. And before you ask, yes, I've made most of these mistakes myself. So let's jump right in because the desert doesn't wait and neither do the sandworms. Mistake number 1, ignoring hydration and temperature. Now this might sound obvious, but trust me, half of all new players underestimate how brutal Arrakis really is. You can't just wander off into the desert like you're on a sightseeing tour. The number 1 rookie move, not watching that hydration and temperature meter. Hydration directly impacts your stamina in combat. A pro tip, craft containers early and always carry extra water. The environment is a silent killer, far more reliable at ending your run than any ambush. Use research points to unlock the best dew reapers and larger water containers as you progress. When I'm working on my bases, which I love to do, I often stop watching that hydration meter. Lots of players die while building, as silly as that sounds. I usually like to wear a still suit when I build, just in case. Mistake number 2, building your base in the wrong spot. You finally find a nice shady spot, slap down your first shelter, and think you've made it. But here's the problem. Base placement is everything. When you're starting out in Haga Basin South, there are 3 major points of interest. Griffin's Reach Trade Post, important for skill trainers and for contracts, the Imperial Testing Station number 2, and the wreck of the Alcyon. There's also Derek the Planetologist camp perched on a nearby mountain. These are all crucial to your early progression and your first sand bike. So build your first base close to these landmarks. Think strategy, not scenery. And the pro tip here is don't overbuild or waste time decorating. Spoiler alert, you won't keep that first base for very long. Your first 2 bases should always be near trade posts. It'll save you from a ton of pointless travel. Mistake number 3, forgetting your respawn beacon. Dying in Dune Awakening can be confusing at first, especially when you respawn halfway across the map. It's easy to get stranded somewhere that you never meant to be. Solution? Craft and place a respawn beacon before heading into a fight. It's one of the smartest things you can do, and you don't even need a fabricator, just 20 salvaged metal. The pro tip here is go to your main base, click on your subfife, and set it as your respawn location. That way, when you inevitably forget that beacon, at least you'll return home. And seriously, always store your bike or your scout thopter on your character before heading into battle. Mistake number 4, ignoring the trials. The trials of Akul are a huge part of Dune Awakening. They immerse you in the lore and they reward you with powerful tools. Trial number 1 is a still suit schematic. Trial 2, the compactor, which is needed for harvesting flower sand and later for spice. Trial number 4, spice prescience. Trial number 5, the thumper for distracting worms. Trial number 7 gives you the still tent, which you're going to use throughout the game. And trial number 8 gives you the death still, a favorite among veteran players for water production in bases. New players can complete these early. It just takes patience and smart travel while you're still limited to a sand bike. Don't skip them. They'll make your life on Arrakis much easier. Okay, mistake number 5, underestimating PvP. Ah yes, the big one. You see someone off in the distance and think, they're probably friendly. Spoiler alert, they're not. Big guilds and griefers love fresh meat. New players often treat Dune Awakening like a pure survival game, but it's a sandbox MMO. PvP can and will happen anytime, and gear loss is real. Early on, shipwrecks can see some PvP action, though it's rare these days. Now once you hit the deep desert, PvP becomes unavoidable. It's a love it or hate it part of the experience, but if you're a solo casual player, well, you're probably going to hate it. The pro tip here is, of course, stash your valuables before entering risky zones and travel light when exploring new areas. You'll thank yourself later. So that's it. 5 mistakes that can make your first days on Arrakis feel like a nightmare. Avoid them, and you'll not only survive, you'll thrive. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button, Subscribe for more Dune Awakening tips, and drop a comment sharing the mistakes that you've made, because we've all been there. Until next time, stay hydrated, stay cool, and remember, the spice must flow.